mention something that in this day and age, and you may have heard it yourself, a lot of people, they talk about inflation and they say, oh, the inflation's so high. Why would anyone purchase bonds in a high inflationary environment? And it's a great question. I think it's something that deserves an answer. But rather than giving Benjamin Z. Miller's opinion, I'm going to talk about what Harry Markowitz, who is actually, he's considered the grandfather of portfolio building. He won the 1990 Nobel Prize for economics to what is now modern portfolio theory. But on his own personal investments, he had such a simple approach. It was such an interesting approach what he would do with his own investments. And this is a quote from him. I'm quoting from Nobel Prize winning economist Harry Markowitz. And his quote was, "I visualized my grief if the stock market went way up and I wasn't in it. And if it went way down and I was completely in it. So I split my contributions 50-50 between stocks and bonds." What an interesting idea. He basically would, once a year, he would do an adjustment on his portfolio and he'd put half into stocks and half into bonds. You know, it's an interesting thing. And his idea was he wasn't trying to predict what was going to happen, because there's been so many people that they try to predict what's going to happen, and sometimes they get it right and sometimes they get it wrong, but just by rebalancing. So I ask you folks, I don't know what the percentage of bonds you're currently holding in your portfolio is, but you might want to think about that if that idea makes sense. Because I find when I talk to people in the United States, I find a lot of them that do not have enough a high enough percentage of bonds, according to what Harry Markowitz would do. You know, I mean, you get some that they just love that cryptocurrency. They'll go put all their money in that, and then they get into a situation, a disaster like these FTX things. Fortunately, you guys already know about all of that, but you know, I hate it when investors get into that sort of a situation. So let's talk about Texas. You know, why are we focusing on Texas? Well, Texas is a great state for mortgage note investing because the laws are more favorable in Texas for this business. If we were to operate this same business in New York, it would not be as ideal, because in Texas, we've got a state that is growing there's a lot of people migrating from California to Texas. That pushes up real estate prices. People selling real estate in California and moving to Texas, it pushes up real estate prices. And we want the real estate prices to go up, because that makes the value of the mortgage notes better secured. It is good once we own a mortgage note if the value of the real estate goes up, because there's less of a chance of default. And if there is a default, it's something where there's more equity. Another thing that's great about Texas is that we have a large civilian workforce, and a lot of things in that regard in favor of Texas. But let's talk about the key features of the Alamo Mortgage Holdings financial product. The first one is you can reach your passive income goals quickly. Now, every person's in a situation where they have their own goals, and whatever your goals are, if your goal is to get to, say, 5,000 pounds a month in passive income, or 10,000 pounds a month in passive income, or just 1,000 pounds more a month in passive income, whatever it is, we can get you there quickly. The way that it works is for every £1 million of bonds that you purchase with Alamo Mortgage Holdings, we pay 80,000 pounds in interest. So it's if you were to purchase, say, 500,000 pounds in bonds, you would get 40,000 pounds in interest. So you can kind of decide how much passive income you're looking for, and then we can supply that. The nice thing about mortgages is the market is big. It's not like a one-off project. I'm sure some of you have, from time to time, with friends and family and different business people, invested in a one-off project where someone's going to purchase an apartment community. They're going to do whatever it is they're going to do. The problem is you can't really put a lot of capital into those efficiently. You might have to listen to multiple people coming in and giving you presentations about you can invest in this project. It turns into a lot of work. With this, it's much easier. You can just calculate, we can do it together. We determine how much passive income are you looking for. Then we calculate how many notes you need, what amount of notes. And then with that, we're able to, in as short as 30 to 60 days, we can get you on that passive income track. So it's a big, big advantage over trying to invest in individual projects. Another thing that's nice is you get maximum diversification. I'm sure all of you have heard and thought about, do I have enough diversification in my portfolio? That might be a question that you've thought about, or it might be something that another advisor has asked you about. This is something that with these mortgage notes, unlike just purchasing one mortgage note, you're actually investing into multiple mortgage notes. So it's a big, big advantage. Another thing that I believe is no fees. And I know a lot of these hedge funds that are out there, they just love to charge people fees. They're going to charge you 2 and 20. They're going to everywhere you go around in this world, everybody's trying to charge you a fee. Not Alamo Mortgage Holdings. We believe in doing it the old-fashioned way, where we earn the money, and basically we don't charge you any fees. When you invest with us, you're not paying any fees. We're going to take the money, we're going to buy mortgage notes, we're going to pay you passive income. We're going to pay you 8%, and we're going to try to get a much higher return than that. But that's the basics of it. It's so much cleaner, so much better. We also offer flexibility